Well, hello, my friends. Welcome to Enrich Lives, where you're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. That's right. You're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. That's right. You were created in the image of God. You have the ability to change things. That's right. You can change the direction that your life is going in. This program is about you. It's not about anybody else but you. We believe a better you makes a better society. A better you makes a better world, in essence. So this program is about you. We have discussions and topics of a biblical nature, and we like to build our discussion on biblical principles and scriptures. So we want to bring out the best, and we know you have the best in you. When our goal is to pull it out of you, to get you to know you're not some unworthy thing. You are somebody, okay? You deserve the best. Now, before we get into our discussion today, let me say this. If today is the day that you arrived upon the planet, happy birthday to you. That's right, happy birthday to you. Why? Because God didn't make no junk. God didn't make no junk. You are somebody. I know you've been told you're not good enough, but that's a lie. You are. You're very much well. You're good enough in anything you desire to do. And everything you want to do, you can do it. That's right. You can do it. Oh, they told me I couldn't do it. Yes, you can. You can do anything you want to do. Why? Because you were created in the image of God. You are a creator. We create things. That's right, my friends. So we're going to look at our discussion today, which is one word: consistency. Consistency. That's right. That's a very important word because consistency is one of the keys to success. That's right. Yes, it is. I know they didn't tell you that, but it is. It's one of the keys to success. Consistency. Now, the scripture that we're going to be using for our background upon this discussion comes out of the Gospel of Matthew, Matthew the fifth chapter, in the 37th verse, whereas Jesus says, "Let your yea be your nay, yea, and your no be your no." Anything else comes out of evil. And also James 1 and 8, where James says, "An unstable, a man that is unstable in his ways, an individual, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways." All of these are people that will tell you one thing and do something totally different. They're not stable. They're just like the wind. They'll blow anywhere. So these two scriptures that we're going to use will be the background that we're going to build our discussion upon: consistency. Consistency. Well, what is consistency? Well, it's, in a sense, it's a connection. It's a connection. That's right. It's a firmness. It holds things together. Consistency. It's harmony. It's agreement. Consistency. When you're consistent in your ways, you're in harmony. You're in harmony with who you are. See, and that's very interesting because most people don't have a clue as to who they are. But when you understand your why, you know why you're doing something, you can pursue that and be consistent in doing what you want to do. So consistency is one of those traits. That's one of the keys to success is consistency. That's right. So let's look at some of the things that are very instrumental in your being consistency. Now, whether or not we know this or not, whether or not this has been told to you, environment is very important in your consistency. See, you can take a flower and put it in an environment that's not conducive for it to grow, and it will die. That's right. If it's a plant that has to be put in a warm climate and you put it in a cold climate to grow it, it's going to die. It's not going to produce. And so it is with human beings. We wonder why we have so much crime and violence, and we always think the devil got them doing it. No, it's the environment that they're coming out. They come out in an environment that's not conducive for their growth and development. Case in point, individuals that's brought up in a household where they're told how unworthy they are, how bad they are, little bad children. They hear profanity all the time. They're being exposed to this type of lifestyle, and they come up in school, and they're very bad children in a sense because that's the environment that they come out of. Well, they're going to end up either in prison or dead. Why? Because it's the environment which is not conducive for their growth and development. You take a child that comes up in an environment where they're told that they can do all the things, that they're good, that they're doing good in their school, and they're being encouraged to do the best that they can at all times. This child is going to grow and flourish. Why? It's the environment which he or she that's brought up in. It's very important that you know how important consistency is. Consistency is one of those keys here again we say to success. Case in point, I want to go on a diet. I want to go on a diet. Okay, that's great. That's good. But do you know why you want to go on a diet? See, until you understand your why for going on a diet, you're wasting your time. Well, I just want to look good. Well, that shouldn't be your main purpose of going on a diet. Well, one of the main purposes for going on a diet is that there are going to be some health problems that you need to correct. So, in order to do that, we want to do what back on our eating. We have to become aware of what we're putting into our bodies because these are putting results that we don't want. This is producing results that are going to be detrimental to our health. They will get us overweight. They will give us all kind of diseases and sickness, all because we're not aware of what we're doing for our bodies. So we want to change that. So we want to be around people that are on diets, not necessarily on diets, but have a healthy lifestyle. See, that's the whole saying, birds of a feather flock together. When you're around individuals that have a higher standard, then you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to set yourself onto a higher level of doing things. See, I recall very vividly in the military, we were in the Army. And in the Army, especially in basic training and so forth, they train you. You didn't get out of the barracks and then make your bed. Your bed had to be made a certain way. It was going to be done right, and you had to do it right. And you're going to have your shoes shine. You're going to have your uniform in order. See, that was certain things that they put you up to a higher standard. You weren't going to be lazy up in there. And that was an old saying during the time that I was in there that they said we do more about 6 o'clock than most people do all day. And they weren't lying because you had got up early, you had done some calisthenics, you had ran some miles, and you'd done the whole. At 6 o'clock, you were in the chow line. So you had got they were doing things, okay. So they held you to a higher standard. If you were overweight, they were going to get some of that weight off you. If you were skinny, they were going to put some weight on you. But their standards were high. They were not going to put you into any situation that they then would train you for. Now, when you're around individuals that have higher standards of living, they're consistent in what they do. In other words, they are consistent in their habits of being better individuals. So they hold themselves to a higher standard. They hold themselves to a higher level. These are the type of people that you want to associate with. These are the type of people that you want to be around because they're going to bring the best out of you. So you hang around people that's doing something, then you'll probably get into that groove of doing something yourself. You want to do better. Now, if you look at the environment of people that you hang around, if you hang around people that are consistently using profanity, that are consistently complaining about how bad things are and everything, guess what? You're going to end up doing the same thing if you hang around those people. If you hang around people that don't expect the best out of you, they say, hey, that's old John over there, he ain't no good. He just like us. He don't know nothing. See, these people have expectations for you. So therefore, they're not good. These are the people, if you consistently hang around these type of people, that's what's going to happen for you. And the individual made a statement. He said, listen, why are some people lazy and everything? And so the statement was made. He said that people are a direct reflection of the expectation of their peers. People are a direct reflection of the expectation of their peers. In other words, my friend, you hang around a bunch of people that don't want nothing, guess what? You won't want nothing. You hang around a bunch of people that's complaining and using profanity all the time, you'll end up doing that. If you hang around a bunch of people that say, I don't believe in no God, I'm like, hey, we don't believe in that kind of stuff, and guess what? you won't go too far. See, that's no saying. Birds of a feather do what? Flock together. They do. Birds of a feather flock together. So it's your environment. But in order for you to come out of that environment, there has to be 3 things in place. There has to be 3 things in place. If you want to change, there has to be 3 things in place. One is desire. You must have a desire to want change in your life. You have to have a desire to want change. And the other is commitment. You must be committed to the fact that you want to change. And the other is consistency. You must do those things that are going to lead you to change. You must be consistent in them. There have been individuals that you could say, well, you can set your clock by that person. They're consistent in their action. They're going to be there. They're going to be there. Why? Because they're consistent in what they say that they are. They're not going to be late. They're punctual. They're there. They are consistent in their actions. So you can pretty much set your clock by them. See, they're consistent in their action. There are some people that are just kind all the time where they're consistent in their kindness. See, you can't be one way and the other. This is what James alludes to when he says a double-minded person is unstable. There are some people that jump up and shout in church all day on Sunday and cuss you out on Monday. These are double-minded individuals. So it's imperative that you understand who you are and what you can do. Be consistent in what you're doing. Say, I'm going to go on a diet. I want to gain some weight. I want to lose some weight. Or I want to read the Bible every day. I've got some standards that I'm going to put for myself to improve myself. I'm going to walk so many miles a day. I'm going to take so many exercises a day. I'm going to do so much on the treadmill. Whatever you do, be consistent at doing it. And I can assure you, my friend, that you will come out on top. See, when you go to the gym to lose weight, it doesn't happen over there. When you go to the gym to build muscles. It doesn't happen the first day you do your training and stuff. No, you have to be consistent at doing it. And once you are consistent at doing it, 2 or 3 months later on down the road or whatever, you begin to see the results. Those individuals that are consistent at what they decide to do, they come out on top. So it is imperative that you understand how important consistency is. Let's look at some biblical characters that were consistent in their ways and what they did. Daniel and Nehemiah. Nehemiah was consistent in the fact that he wanted to get the wall built, and he was consistent there. So that he was not going to let any obstacles or any threats of violence keep him back, and he was determined to do that. He was committed to do that, and he was consistent in his action. Let's look at Daniel. Daniel prayed 3 times a day. He was committed to do that. He was consistent in his action of praying, 3 times a day. So it is imperative that you understand how important it is for you to be consistent in whatever it is that you want to do. You can bring about change, my friends, if you don't quit. So be consistent in whatever it is that you desire to do. You desire for change, be consistent in doing whatever it takes to change. You desire for more time to be wiser, take more time out to study and be wiser. Be consistent in your studying. That, my friends, is one of the keys to success. Be consistent. Be there. Be punctual. Be dependable. See, you will make a huge difference in how the world sees you and how others see you. They will respect you for one thing, your consistency. They'll say, hey, you can depend on her. You can depend on him. Why? Because they are consistency. This is Brother Charles with Enriched Lives. Until next time, my friends, may love, joy, peace, and happiness forever be with you as we walk upon this good earth that God has given us. And thank you, my friends, for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And remember, be consistent. Whatever it is that you desire to change, whatever it is that you want, be consistent in doing that, and you will win. I can assure you that you will win. Until next time, you be blessed.